This is a pretty common style of water filter for an RV, and I've used these for years. However, there's actually an alternative that you can use. And the characteristics of this water filter are it's designed as an NSF 42 type filter. The NSF ANSI 42 standard is for aesthetic effects. The standard establishes minimum requirements for systems designed to reduce non-health related contaminants, including taste, odor, and color. And it's a 20 micron filter. And of course, micron means that's the smallest particle that the filter will pass. And this uses an activated charcoal, and they're about $17 each, and you're going to run through one or two of them probably a year. And I actually have cut one in half. And what we have here is just a piece of foam rubber, and the body of the filter is just filled to these charcoal granules. Of course, it's an activated charcoal filter. This is not bad. I mean, it's better than nothing for sure. But I want to go a little bit extra and have a little more protection. So I picked up this Culligan RV filter, and it's just a whole house filter with the addition of hose barbs so that you can use it in an RV environment. And Camco makes them as well. Although I found this to be about $10 cheaper than the one from Camco. This is a model RV F10 and it has a D15 replacement cartridge. What we get in the box is the hose adapters and the filter itself. And inside the filter, we have a replaceable D15 cartridge. This is known as a level 1 cartridge, and it's still a NF standard 42 type cartridge. However, it does have a 5 micron filter, where again the Camco Porta ones were 20 micron. So this will filter much smaller particles. I also picked up a Culligan premium filter, and this is not only standard 42, but it is also NSF standard 53. An NSF ANSI 53 filter is for health effects. This standard establishes minimum requirements for systems designed to reduce specific health-related contaminants. There's also a pretty good web page at the CDC for drinking water sanitation in the camping environment, and I'll post that link as well. And these are a little more expensive, and this is 0.05 micron, but some bacteria can be as small as 0.3 micron, which this won't take care of. And by the way, the typical Sawyer type water filters, they're 0.1 micron, so they actually filter out better than these. Now the only issue with these, other than they're more expensive, is a reduced water flow. So the water flow may be reduced 50% over the water flow in this one. So you may find yourself with a couple of different sizes of these, so you can swap them out if you need to, if the park has low water pressure. And again, these run about $17. This was about $18, so really you're getting a much better filter for the same price. And these you can find under $10, sometimes as low as $5. And these are even more superior than these. So you get a better filter and lower replacement costs. So at some point you may want to look at going into one of these type filters, as I did. And in the bag we have a short 1-foot hose, a set of instructions and the fittings and some plumbing tape. And we want to put the female side to the inlet, male side to the outlet. And again, we used plumber's tape for this. And when we assemble this, they recommend putting a little bit of petroleum jelly around here. And I will install the D15 cartridge to start with. And just hand tighten it. And you can get replacement parts, the cap, housing, the O-ring, the hose, and the fitting kit, and the spanner wrench if you want a little bit of assistance in taking this off. Now when I looked at the difference between this one and the one made from Camco, I couldn't see much difference, except in the website it showed the Camco fittings being metal, but when I went to my local RV store, the ones they had were plastic. So you're spending $10 more for basically the same thing. And Camco makes a couple different mounting bases. One is just a wire frame that sticks into the ground, but I prefer this one. And this just sits in there like that. And if you are concerned about tipping, you can always put a tent stake in here. But, that's basically sufficient. And depending on your RV, you can buy a bracket that attaches here, that you can attach this to the sidewall. And I can't use this on mine, but I did get a 4-footer, which is going to be sufficient to go from here up to the water management panel. And when you connect the water filter to your RV, you just follow the standard practices, including if you're going to use a water pressure regulator, and that's really all there is to it. And be sure to check out my webpage for this project, and I'll provide the links as I indicated earlier.